Hello there, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my top 5 favourite TV series of 2020. These do not have to be shows that have started in 2020. These are just my 5 favourites of seasons that may have been released in TV shows this year. And also, there may be mini-series on here as well, so they don't have to be from full TV shows. They could be from mini-series, any series of any kind that released in 2020. And I've not seen every TV show of 2020. I'm not a massive TV show person. There's a lot I maybe missed out on. These are just my 5 personal favourites. The reason I didn't do this video earlier is because there's a few I was still in the middle of watching, and I knew they were probably going to be on this list, so I had to finish those off first. Make sure down below you list your favourite shows of 2020, and let's crack off with my number 5. Number 5 is Clone Wars Season 7. Star Wars The Clone Wars is a brilliant animated series, and concluded in its Season 7, its long-awaited Season 7, and I thought it arced out everything in a good way. I was going to put this a little higher because the last 4 episodes of this season were really excellent and really tied it together, especially with Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, because that's where it's set just before that movie, and tying it into the start of that I thought was really, really well done. But I would say the first half of this season was pretty weak. There wasn't much intrigue. There was 3 main arcs, these ones with these Bad Batch troopers. There was an arc with Ahsoka, and then there was the final arc of the Siege of Mandalore, and I thought that arc was especially great. There was some great action sequences, especially some lightsaber duels, the one between Ahsoka and Maul especially, and I liked the last few episodes certainly a lot more than the start of the show. But those last 4 episodes are some of my favourite Star Wars I've seen in terms of action, and I really, really loved it. It's not the only Star Wars show of 2020 I have on my top 5 list. We'll get into another one shortly, but this was really, really great. The animation is a step up. I don't think it's quite as good as Season 6, but the last 4 episodes were probably the 4 greatest episodes of the Clone Wars we've ever had. Coming in at number 4, I have Rick and Morty Season 4. Season 4, I don't think of Rick and Morty is complete yet, but it is extremely entertaining. The Vat of Acid episode especially was something extremely strange, and I really loved that episode. There was a great one on a train as well. Lots of new, inventive, wacky ideas. I know the first 2 shows I've mentioned are animation, but I've grown up watching animated shows, and Rick and Morty is definitely a more hard-edged one, and also it's extremely clever, and it's sci-fi concepts, and it's really, really intriguing and really fun. The relationship between this grandson and his grandfather, who are both insane, is so much enjoyment in there. There's a few episodes of Season 4 I wasn't a massive fan of, but a lot of them are just really creative, wacky ideas that all end up being really cleverly written and well voice acted. It's a very fun show, and if you haven't seen Rick and Morty, I highly recommend it. And number 3, I'm cracking into my favourite 3 shows of the year. These aren't just my favourite TV series of the year. These are my 3 favourite things to be released in terms of movie and TV this year. So coming in at number 3, I expected to be a little higher, but it's not, is Mandalorian Season 2. The Mandalorian Season 2 is one of the best things Star Wars I've ever seen. Yes, does it rely heavily on nostalgia, but the first season set up perfectly these characters and set up something unique in the Star Wars world that I feel anyone can enjoy. So Season 2 I think was allowed to be a bit more fan servicey, but it's not just that. The relationship between little baby Grogu and especially the Mandalorian himself, that relationship is so well done. As seeing that end was such a heartfelt thing. It's extremely well produced. It's one of the best produced shows I've ever seen. The visuals look outstanding. It's just a brilliant TV series where you have 2 characters who hardly speak and one who doesn't show his face that really have so much emotion behind them. There's interesting Star Wars concepts here, and it's just so many great episodes. It's like those old classic serials. I've done a review for every single one of episodes of The Mandalorian so far on my channel, so you can check those out for more details if you want to know my full thoughts on the series. But I really loved it, and I didn't think there was a weak episode at all, and the finale I thought was excellent.
This is the way.
Number 2 is going to be The Boys Season 2. I have yet to review The Boys Season 1 and 2. I've loved them a lot. They are some of my favourite TV ever. I love them, and the Season 2 is also great. I am going to be reviewing Season 1 and 2 very shortly. This is the reason why I didn't make this video as of yet, because I started watching it this year in 2021, and I wanted to finish Season 2 so I could release this video, because I knew it was going to be on here. This is definitely the most emotionally invested I've been in a superhero show. It's the best superhero TV show I've ever seen. It is magnificent. The satire, but also the political statements is just so well done. It shows it from the vigilantes family's point of view and the brilliance of the superheroes as well. Homelander is probably one of the most frightening villains I've ever seen. Bill Butcher is such an exciting character. Huey and Starlight's relationship gets developed upon even more. I will be doing a review for season 1 and season 2 because I really want to talk about this show, so stay tuned for that. But damn, The Boys Season 2 was even better than the first one, and the emotional value I felt in the finale. The season finale of Season 2 of The Boys was really, really strong. I loved Season 2 of The Boys. If you haven't seen The Boys yet, check it out. It's crude, it's bloody, it's very dark, but it's also very satire heavy as well. It's just a perfect superhero show in every way possible. Coming in at number 1, my favorite TV series of 2020 is a mini-series on Netflix called The Queen's Gambit, a very talked about series that I thought was masterful. I didn't do a review of this, I didn't really know what I was going to say, but if you check out my Letterboxd down below, I do have a review for it on there. I adored this series. This series was pretty much a masterwork from beginning to end. The first episode wasn't as investing as some of the ones later, but was still brilliant. How it's shot, how it feels, the stylisticness of it is all brilliant. The music, the investment, the brilliance of how it just encapsulates you onto the screen and enthralls yourself in every moment. And a show about playing chess should be something quite boring, but every move each character made me feel anxious, and it was kind of a mesmerizing experience for me, especially the way it was filmed and edited together. But my favorite thing about this show was easily Anna Taylor-Joy's performance, which mesmerized me. This was a wonderful performance and one of the best lead performances I've ever seen in a TV show. It was a brilliant. This is a miniseries. I don't expect there to be any more seasons. It was just brilliant. 7 episodes of just masterful, well-made stuff with incredible acting and drama, and it's really a show about obsession and addiction placed with chess as its backdrop. I loved it. I felt like it was a true story even though it wasn't. Queen's Gambit was magnificent. If you haven't seen it, definitely give it a watch. These are my 5 favorite shows of 2020. Make sure you look out for my review of The Boys Season 1 and Season 2 coming soon. And WandaVision, which is a 2021 show. I'm really enjoying that, and I will be reviewing that when I've seen the whole thing. And of course, thanks for watching, and goodbye.